easy English expression, rehashed.
Hello, everybody. My name is Coach Shane, and welcome to Easy English Expressions.
Come on, let's master English.
Hey, everybody. Coach Shane here. How are you doing? It's Tuesday. Oh, my God. I don't know about you, but where I live, it is so hot. And tomorrow's going to be a little bit hotter. These are super, super hot days. I hope where you are, it's much better. By the way, our last DDM assignment, that's our big listening class. It's really fantastic. Was all about the weather. Hey, you know what? Would you like to study our last DDM VIP class about the weather? Would you like to study that lesson? Wow, I just realized I'm a nice guy. Send me an email, okay? Write this down. It's easy. Contact, C-O-N-T-A-C-T, right? C-O-N-T-A-C-T. Contact at letsmasterenglish.com. And in the subject line, say, please send me free DDM lesson, okay? And the DDM lesson number is 995. Please send me the lesson for DDM 995, okay? I want to see your emails. It's a great lesson. It's all about the weather. It's not easy. It is not easy, but it's about the weather, something we have to know. Well, this podcast is also about things you need to know when it comes to English. Rehash number 193, recollection, recall, remember, memorize, memory. Oh my God, what? Enjoy. Let's go back in time.
Today, there's a list of words that I will try to explain to you. They're very confusing. Listen carefully. Recollection, recall, remember, memorize, memory. Once again, recollection, recall, remember, memorize, memory. Okay, so let's start with recollection and recall. So recollection is like recollect, to collect something again. In this case, recollection means to find a memory that you had. So, for example, you want to remember something that happened to you when you were 5 years old. If you can remember it, it is a recollection. To my recollection, to my recorded memory from what I can remember. How accurate are your recollections? Unfortunately, they're probably not that accurate. Recall. Recall is to make an effort to remember something that happened. I recall, and you're actually thinking hard in order to remember, to find that memory and visualize that memory again. When I was 5, I recall that my father had a brown car. To my recollection, my father had a brown car when I was 5. They're very commonly used, those two words, for something that happened in the distant past. We can also say remember. But when we say remember, it has the idea that you are very sure. I remember my dad had a brown car. It sounds very sure, like a fact. So when you remember something, usually it's accurate. Recollection and recall, sometimes those are less accurate. Everything we're talking about is a memory. What did you have for breakfast? I remember that I had a piece of cake. That's a memory. I recall I had cake. That's a memory. To my recollection, this morning I ate cake. That's a memory. But once again, recall is okay. Recollection, that's kind of strange. Recollection is really good for something that happened a long time ago. And the same with recall. To my memory, I had cake this morning. Yeah, that works. And finally, memorize. If you want to memorize something, you intentionally want to put it in your head as a memory so that it is easy to recall when you need it. So students try to memorize things all the time. So when they take a test, they can recall that information. When I was young, I memorized so many math formulas, but now I can only recall 2 or 3. My memory is really bad. What about you? How is your memory? How good are you at recalling facts? Can you memorize things easily? Do you have a good recollection of what happened to you when you were young? I hope so. Let's check out the dialogue.
What's your favorite childhood memory?
To the best of my recollection, going to Disneyland.
I remember going to first grade. It was so great.
I hated school. Too many things to memorize.
Anyway, sweet memories.
That's a great dialogue. If you have a chance, write down the dialogue and look at how I used the words memory, recollection, remember, and memorize, and finally memories once again. I didn't use recall, but you can understand. To recall is to make an effort to remember something. So these words are very useful, very, very useful, and they can be very confusing. So you got to learn how to use them accurately. I hope that helped. You guys have a fantastic day. Listen to that dialogue 2 more times, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
What's your favorite childhood memory?
To the best of my recollection, going to Disneyland.
I remember going to first grade. It was so great.
I hated school. Too many things to memorize.
Anyway, sweet memories. What's your favorite childhood memory?
To the best of my recollection, going to Disneyland.
I remember going to first grade. It was so great.
I hated school. Too many things to memorize.
Anyway, sweet memories.
Thanks so much for listening. Make sure to check out our webpage, www.letsmasterenglish.com. Try a free lesson. Get our newsletter. And if you have a question, please, or a comment, or maybe some criticism, then please send an email, contact@letsmasterenglish.com. I'm Coach Shane, and together, let's master English.